We have to do it. We have to. I'm sorry.
Time for the college football power poll. It's where we rank the 12 FBS teams in the Lone Star State. Remember that these rankings are relative to conference strength, so relative to their conference as a whole. So keep that in mind. Let's do this. What a crappy week. Number 12, the UTEP Miners. Here's the great news. UTEP did not lose.
They did not lose.
How about that? Well done, UTEP.
Congrats.
It doesn't really matter that you didn't play,
Yeah.
but they did not lose. Every week that they don't lose is a good week for UTEP.
Yeah.
So they remain number 12 in the...
I feel like UTEP fans got a week off, which they deserve.
They really do. Number 11, the Texas State Bobcats. They also did not lose.
Again.
Well done, guys. We did
Very well deserved
All right.
for their fans.
Great. A great week off. Who was it? It was Ishmael Johnson, our own Ishmael Johnson, Dave Campbell's Texas basketball managing editor and Texas coach managing editor and DCTF contributor. Didn't he say something along the lines? He's like, Texas State doesn't play this week, and I feel relieved.
Yeah. It's
like,
nice.
yeah, it's
you know,
nice.
you can enjoy your weekend.
Week off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Number 10, Rice. I will say that they showed some life defensively, but the bottom line, it's the same song, different verse.
Yeah.
The offense just isn't there. There's nothing offensively.
Yeah, and I mean, the offensive line just had no answer from Marcus Davenport, who played the game of his life.
He played out of his
yeah,
mind.
UTSA fans will look back and think of that as one of the best performances he ever put together.
He
and
really
he puts
did.
together some good ones.
He really did. I think if you're Rice, you say, hey, defense was not bad, but the offensive line is going to absolutely cut the legs out from this team for the remainder of the year. And that's the big problem for them. Rice is number 10 in the power poll. Number 9, Baylor. If they played in the fourth quarter like they played, or if they played the whole game like they played in the fourth quarter, we'd be talking about a big upset win over West Virginia. They bring in Charlie Brewer, and I got into it with Smokey on Twitter a bit.
Oh, yes, you did.
And Baylor fans, because there's a lot of post hoc like, see, Matt Rule was right to burn the red shirt. No, he wasn't, guys.
2 plays against Kansas State was a bad idea.
That is bad process.
If you're going to let Charlie do this, burn the red shirt here and
then
do it.
Then go.
Then that's a good decision.
Then commit to him.
Yeah.
But don't burn it for no reason and then say, oh, see, he had to come into the game.
Yeah.
So it was a good decision. No, that's post hoc nonsense. Yeah. In any case, I love David Smoke. He's one of our favorite people in the world. One of my favorite people, but he's wrong on this one. Baylor,
it's okay.
Baylor, like, they just no-showed for 3 quarters. And then they dug themselves too big of a hole, and they couldn't come back. They almost did it. They almost did it.
And, you know, here's the other thing. I get that it's an impossible situation to manage for Matt Rule. Look, they're paying him the big bucks to do it, but it is. I mean, he's putting out fires left and right constantly. But the thing that's driving me crazy now is the quarterback situation. Today, on the Big 12 conference call, he says, well, if we play today, Zach Smith will be a starting quarterback. What's the point?
That makes me think they don't know what they're doing.
I mean,
I'm being honest. Like,
unless they're just trying to protect Zach, which okay. But we all saw what Charlie did.
Yeah.
It's probably time to let Charlie be the quarterback.
Probably like, if you've already burned the red shirt, that ship has sailed. Why not just go for it? If you're interested in that. Now, look, I wouldn't. This is me. This is me being Mr. And I'm not a coach. Okay. I would have never burned the red shirt.
Right.
Okay. I would have protected him and said, no, you are more valuable to us as a senior quarterback in 2021 than you are as a freshman quarterback in a lost season.
In a lost season.
For me.
I get that.
That's where I am at on it. There are reasons to disagree, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But for me, that ship has sailed now. The conversation has shifted, and if you are interested in avoiding the 0-12 season, I think there's only one option. You go to Charlie Brewer. It's my thought. Anyway, I also thought, I'll tell you, I thought they looked poorly coached in the first half. They looked like they had no game plan. It looked bad. But then they turned it on.
But again, I sit here and look at the Baylor situation and say it's impossible. You're putting out so many fires that
I agree.
There could just be so many factors that we don't know about every day that make it more hard than it needs to be.
Absolutely. Number 9, Baylor. Number 8, SMU.
You could argue this is too low. They're 5-2.
You could argue this is too low,
But it was also a very scary win.
It was a super. I watched the whole game, and they were in control. They
tried to lose it,
and they tried to lose it very effectively. Now, look, I think Trey Quinn is
good.
I told you this. He's going to make some NFL dollars.
Big NFL
that dude's
dollars.
Awesome.
3 straight games of 15 or more catches.
15.
And he had 18 in this one.
Yeah. Overall, look, it's a win. It was ugly. I find myself more bearish on them now, but I will tell you that they needed that badly.
Because we started looking at the schedule and you go, my God, they needed that game.
The rest of their schedule is brutal, and if you needed 2 wins to get bowl eligible, you were in trouble. One is a lot more manageable. It just, I don't know, it felt like an escape, and it's a win. You take it, you move on. But in any case.
Yeah.
Basically.
But, I'm going to say that they should probably be ahead of the team you have at
number 7 UTSA.
Yeah.
Number 7 UTSA.
Who has looked fine, but is just looking like a solid team, probably going to go to a bowl of their own merit. Yeah. And that's kind of it.
I can see that. I mean, I can see, honestly, any order you want to put, 6 through 8, if you want to put, okay, let's finish with UTSA first.
It's fine.
Here's the good news. The good news is that the defense is looking pretty good. Yeah. And Marcus Davenport is a freak.
He was awesome.
He's unbelievable. They have no answer for him. He's a freak. The defense is looking good. I still maintain that I think Josiah Tauefa is one of the very most underrated players defensively in the nation.
I haven't seen an update on his health because he didn't play for big stretches of this game. I don't know what the deal was. I don't even know if he started. I watched the whole game, and at some point I realized he's not in.
You were looking for the tuft of hair.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to see what the status report is on him.
Look, a win's a win. It's good that they got it. They're still a team that's probably destined for, 7 or 8 wins, stuff like that, which would be good for this program. It just, we have to temper a little bit of expectations. We got really excited with the start. It's died down a bit. They got the win. That's what matters.
Yep.
Number 6, Texas Tech. And again, if you want to drop them to number 8, I'm down with it.
Look, man, they lost to a top 25 team, the Iowa State Cyclones.
Go ahead and do it. What you're holding against them. Go ahead and do your stupid thing.
No, that's the whole thing.
Go ahead and do your whoosh.
That was the thing. That was it.
Do your
that
whoosh,
was the thing.
Whoosh thing.
Oh, Cyclones win. Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. This was a particularly troubling loss to me because the offense was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Now, we can also, and really, I would say the Tech defense played okay.
Right.
All things considered, they basically gave up 24 points.
That's all you're asking.
You can live with that.
The issue is Iowa State plays pretty good defense.
And they had no answer for it.
Nothing in the second half.
Nothing.
It started fine, and it fell apart from there.
And so the offense was really, really bad. And now, look, the Texas Tech offense has been carrying that team all year. They are allowed stinker. This is a very, very generous ranking for them in here at 6. Okay?
Yeah.
Very generous. If they do it again, they're going to plummet. That is, for me, where I'm at. This is. I'm willing to say, all right, offense took the day off, bad loss, whatever.
Sure.
One more of those, and we're going to have words, Tech. Number 5, Texas.
You held a great offense to 13 points in overtime.
The defense, I maintain, is excellent. The defense is excellent. Holton Hill is incredible. Malik Jefferson is blossoming.
He's still not really playing his natural position, and he's awesome.
Brecken Hager played a great game. They played great defensively. But you ran out of bullets offensively, and the bottom line is that without Connor Williams on that offensive line, it's just not good.
It's too thin.
It's really thin.
Yeah, you're starting a freshman at right tackle. I mean,
and now I think I saw that Zach Shackelford's in concussion protocol as well. So,
and we haven't even seen what the news on Ellinger is while we've been doing all this.
So for me, You need to take the process of the whole thing, which is that you were one play away from beating a top 10 team, which is good. That's a very good thing. But ultimately, I understand Texas fans who are sick of moral victories. Now, look, I think Corbett Smith at Dallas Morning News made a great point. Tom Herman is trying to build this thing. And this is part of what building a program looks like. Part of that is that you're going to have trouble finishing. Now, I think that Sam Ehlinger made an absolutely positively boneheaded throw.
It was.
I don't even know what he was doing. Was he trying to throw it away?
No. What he didn't see the short man, the guy who ends up picking it off, right?
Uh-huh.
He was trying to throw it to Leonard, who was running across the back of the end zone. So he's lobbing it to give him enough time to slide under it, but doesn't see the guy who can just step 3 steps back to pick it off.
It's a very bad throw. Yeah. It ends up costing him the game. But I also
he is dealing with concussion issues now.
I also just look at that, and you need to judge it on the process. And the process is they were 1 play away from beating a top 10 team. That's not bad. And for a program that, again, was, let's remember, 5-7 last year, that's not bad. So Texas is number 5, but we'll see what they do this week. Number 4, North Texas. Guys, we need to talk.
This is where I'm torn. This is my bone to pick with you because I think this team and the next team, they have shown us flashes, but I do not think they have yet proven it.
Yeah, but at the same time, how are you going to put any of the other teams ahead of them? Is the problem.
The only thing I would say is at least at this point we understand, that the units of some of these teams are what they are.
And
it's hard to tell.
Here's the thing that's so funny about this, and we'll talk about North Texas in a minute, is that the Power Poll is in a lot of respects designed to rank teams who are consistent. And the problem is, who are the consistent teams in the state of Texas? TCU is consistent.
Yeah.
In many respects, A&M is consistent.
They are. It's hilarious, but they are.
They are weird and goofy,
and
but
not
they're
that much fun to watch.
No, but they're consistent.
Yeah.
UTEP is consistently bad. Texas State is consistently bad. Rice is consistently bad.
Yeah.
Everyone else is
kinda all over
like that.
Yeah.
So when you talk about North Texas, you're coming off this remarkable, program-shifting win over UTSA.
They got railroaded.
800 yards.
I mean, it was
given up.
Roll Owls.
And the thing is, we haven't talked about the defense as a problem. They just got absolutely rolled. So again, much like with Tech, I'm willing to give this a 1-week pass of look, it's a letdown. But consider yourself on notice, North Texas.
Fair enough.
Number 3, Houston. And again, I'd love to rank them 14th. But
for being disappointing.
And honestly, immediately when I say it's too high. They're too high. But the problem is that they are what's frustrating for me about this is much like the Tech offense.
Yeah.
The one thing that had been consistent about this team is the defense, and they no-showed.
Yeah.
Especially in the second half.
And I mean, they had this game.
They did.
It was over.
It was
thought just
done and
just
dusted.
Lean on that defense. They will shut this down, man. But Memphis got that hot dice feeling, man. They were just rolling. Just like everything they threw, it's going to land. Up, up, up.
I know. And then, look. And then the offense, when you put the offense in a position where they have to score, that's a bad way to live because, again, that offense actually played okay, but it just wasn't enough. And so for me, I look at Houston, and again, I don't like putting them number 3. What I'd like to do is I'd like to rank the top 2 and then tell everybody else to go jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
But I can't. That's not my job.
We'll need to see where we land 3 weeks from now, I guess. I think we're just going to end up with a lot of bowl teams that are just sort of whatever.
A lot of 7-5, 6-6 bowl teams.
I think that's which is sadly a vast improvement on what we've dealt with the last 3 years.
SMU's probably a 6-6 bowl team. UTSA is probably a 7-5 bowl team.
Right.
Tech, I still think makes a bowl at 6-6.
Probably.
I think Texas is a bowl team.
Yeah.
I think North Texas is a bowl team.
Yeah.
Houston. A&M, TCU. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of. You're gonna have 2
honestly,
at the top.
the Tech Texas game might be your. Yeah. The winner gets the bowl game and the loser doesn't. Yeah.
Number 2, Texas A&M took the week off. Now you draw Mississippi State at home, and you get a big test from Nick Fitzgerald and company. Should be a fun game. We'll have a lot of breakdown on that this week. And number 1, TCU. That was
exactly what you do against
Kansas. That's exactly what you do against Kansas.
In a gentlemanly way, too.
TCU, I watched the first... I watched the whole... Well, not the whole game. I pretty much... After KaVontae Turpin's...
watched what you needed to.
After KaVontae Turpin's punt return, I will admit, I was like, click.
I can watch something better now.
I can watch something better.
Yeah.
I will tell you, for me, that there was never a point where I felt like Kansas was going to score.
Yeah.
The defense absolutely just swallowed them whole. And then the offense was fine. The offense did what it needed to do. I thought Kenny Hill was super sharp.
Yeah.
That'll help whenever you're going up against Kansas, but I thought that Kenny Hill was super sharp. The receiver core continues to blossom. Everything's rolling right now. They are a legitimate college football playoff threat. They just have to avoid a letdown. And who they got this week? That's right, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
In Ames, baby.
In Ames. So,
woo!
You avoid the letdown, and TCU's in the mix. So that's all you can ask for, is to be in the mix. So the college football power poll this week. Number 12, UTEP. Number 11, Texas State. Number 10, Rice. Number 9, Baylor. Number 8, SMU. Number 7, UTSA. Number 6, Texas Tech. Number 5, Texas. Number 4, North Texas. Number 3, Houston. Number 2, Texas A&M. And number 1, TCU.